Good evening, Bridgeport. Thanks for coming out tonight. It is 7:40. This is Tuesday, August 19th. We are called to order. Please rise and pledge the flag. Thank you, everyone. Angela, roll call, please.
Laura Hauk,
Here.
Amy High,
Here.
Megan Nolan,
Here.
Kyle Schenk,
Here.
Diane Gundrum,
Here.
Tony Heil,
Here.
Saba Al-Zayed.
I am here. Thank you. Mr. Bella?
Madam President, we were in executive session with regard to a real estate matter and personnel matter from approximately 7 o'clock to approximately 7:35.
Thank you, Mr. Bella. All right, we move on to our next item here. For council consideration, we have approval of July 15th, 2025 meeting minutes. Do we
So moved.
Second.
motion from Mr. Schenk, second from Ms. Hauk. Do you have any questions or comments from council or the public? All those in favor?
Aye.
Are there any opposed? That motion carries. Thank you. All right, we can move on to the more fun portion of the evening. We have Employee of the Month Award on for June 2025, Dave Lang. Congratulations.
Good. Thank you, President Al-Zayed. We do like to typically honor and acknowledge publicly the Employee of the Month Award winners for June. This meeting, since we only have one meeting in July and August, we were forced to honor two at the same meeting. So June's winner was Dave Lang. Dave is our lead super and lead working foreman for the Public Works Department and the streets crew. In July, it is John Hogan, who is one of our skilled laborers on the Public Works streets crew. Excuse me. Two fantastic employees that demonstrate flexibility and versatility day in and day out. They can always be counted on to get the job done. They are two of the linchpins in why our community events are continuously successful and pulled off without a hitch. However, neither of them could make it to the meeting this evening, so we can proceed beyond that, and I will recognize them tomorrow during the workday. So thank you.
Thank you, Keith. Congratulations again. All right, next up, we have our Officer of the Year Award to someone that I've personally worked with on projects, respect immensely, and really enjoy working with. Bridgeport's lucky to have you, to William Murphy. And Chief, I don't know if you want to take over?
Good evening. Bridgeport Police Department celebrates our 2024 Officer of the Year, Detective Sergeant William Bill Murphy. Murphy is a 17-year member of the department, serving first as a part-time officer from 2008 to 2014. He was sworn in as a full-time officer in January of 2015. During his tenure, Murphy received accolades from the Montgomery County District Attorney's Office and the Lower Providence Township Police Department for his response in 2021 to an active shooter/arsonist that had attempted to shoot a local township employee. For this, Murphy received a Heroes Commendation in 2022. Murphy was promoted to his present rank in October of 2023 and now serves as the second in command of Bridgeport PD. Murphy has set himself apart and was recently awarded the Louis D. Stefan Law Enforcement Award by the Montgomery County Bar Association for his exceptional service in our law enforcement field. He received this in June of 2025. Other highlights for Sergeant Murphy were his financial investigations at Arnold's Office Furniture and the subsequent arrest of Linda Manzi, 50, of New Jersey for financial crimes, resulting in her arrest and conviction. She received a sentence of 1 to 2 years in prison and probation and restitution of approximately $1 million. Murphy is a member of the Montgomery County Drug Task Force, a trained IPIMBA bicycle officer, a member of the Montgomery County Firearms Task Force, and he's a resident of West Norton Township. Bridgeport Police would like to recognize Sergeant Murphy. If you could please come to the podium. Officer of the Year awarded to Detective Sergeant Bill Murphy for continuous outstanding conduct through the year 2024. Sergeant Murphy's display of professionalism and attention to his duties as a supervisor with the Bridgeport Borough Police Department has earned the respect of his peers and law enforcement professionals. His day-to-day efforts best exemplify excellence in policing, all of which are in the greatest of traditions of the Bridgeport Borough Police Department. We honor your commitment and service to this community.
Congratulations again. All right, next up for council consideration, we have authorization to hire Aiden Santos as a part-time patrol officer. And do we want to kind of motion first?
I'll make a motion to hire Aiden Santos.
I will make a second motion on that.
We have a motion from Mr. Heil, we have a second from Ms. Hauk. Do we have any questions or comments from council or the public? All those in favor?
Aye.
Are there any opposed? That motion carries. Thank you, congratulations. And Chief, it's all you.
Okay, Officer Santos, you want to come up to the podium, and you'll meet Mayor Jack Sear there. The Bridgeport Police Department celebrates the swearing in of one new part-time police officer, Aiden Santos, 22 of King of Prussia, was voted in before the residents of Bridgeport Borough Council just seconds ago. Aiden Santos graduated from Haverford High School in 2021, playing varsity soccer and lacrosse, and then attended Pennsylvania State University Brandywine campus from 2021 to 2022. Aiden also attended trade school specializing in carpentry and media PA from 23 to 24 before attending the Delaware County Police Academy, graduating in June of 2025. Santos is also a part-time officer at the Fulcroft Police Department. And today, some of the people in attendance for Officer Santos are Isla and his girlfriend Isla and father Todd and mother Christine, so thank you. And Britt, who's the girlfriend of Detective Sergeant Murphy. I'm sorry I neglected to cite you for being here. Thank you for being here for him, so I don't get a look from the sergeant later on. So we welcome you to our fold. Our Bridgeport family is growing to meet the needs of our community, and may this be the start of a lengthy and rewarding career.
Can make that happen. All right. So, all right. I can't hold it, but did you want to hold it? So you hold it, and then. All right, repeat after me. I, Aiden Santos,
I, Aiden Santos,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and the Constitution of the Commonwealth,
and that I will discharge the duties
and that I will discharge the duties
of my office with fidelity.
of my office with fidelity.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
do some carpentry work in your downtime?
Yeah.
We have a need for that too.
That's labor, that's union work.
Who says we can't come in?
This one, and there's the back one as well.
We'll get some pictures with your family.
Thank you so much.
As we continue, I just want to say, Chief, that I welcome Officer Santos to the Borough, and I know based on Sergeant Murphy, who we recognize today, and the other officers, the high level of integrity that all of your officers are bringing to the department. And so I am already hold you in high esteem, because if you're worthy of working in our department, that means that the chief picked a good person. He chooses wisely, and so I have a high regard for you from the start, because if you're willing to and you've been accepted into this group, then I know you're going to be a good fit for our town.
Thank you, Vice President.
Wonderful. Congratulations, everyone. Such great news, and we're really excited to have you. I echo everything Vice President Hale mentioned. Yeah, we can move on really quickly to our President's update. Just a few things. It's been a busy summer. We've had a couple of different events. One main one is Bridgeport Night Out, which is always very successful. This year was no different. Actually, I feel we had more attendance and more things to do, and it's a really great space for everyone to connect with each other and to build community. And I feel that, you know, just kind of being there volunteering on my own, I witnessed so many neighbors meeting for the first time, or friends chatting, or business owners kind of connecting. And it's really important to have these kind of events for that. And really thank you for all the efforts and all the officers that had and our staff that put that together. So I want to congratulate you for a great event. I really enjoyed it myself. Another event that was really fun was the bike rodeo that we had on Sunday. I was able to attend with my kids, and my daughter actually got her bike fixed there, which was really fun. We had a group of kids there kind of learning how to ride their bikes, or learning more about how to ride their bikes safely. So I just wanted to give a shout out and thank you to Roan Matthew for putting that together. It says Boy Scouts Eagle Badge, I believe, is my understanding of what it was. Really great event. He's going to continue to work with the borough on a couple other projects, and we'll keep you guys updated on that. So yeah, just kind of enjoying the summer and kind of wrapping it up with lots of different events here in the borough. Just wanted to give a quick update. You know, as we come on events, come along on events that are coming up in the fall. As we all know, Bridgeport is coming up very soon. We've been working really hard to kind of gain as many sponsors as we can and plan as many events for you as possible, and that's kind of what we've been doing. I wanted to give a quick update on some of the sponsors that we have and give some shout outs to them. We have Hirsch Chips, BTC Awards, John Kennedy Cars, 4th Street Cafe, the Bridgeport Vet, Turley Insurance, Mascaro, Depot Bar, Puddlers. We have Matt Marino's Real Estate Office, Morello Amusements, iFly, Wisfis Bank, and Nevada Accounting Services, as well as Chick-fil-A. And counting, we're still in discussions with lots more, so really excited to kind of offer you some different things, and we will be announcing some more fun things on Facebook and Instagram if you're following us, and if not, then we will also announce them here in our next coming meetings. So thanks, everyone. If you have any questions, reach out to me. I'm happy to kind of chat you through. If you want to volunteer, if you're just interested in attending events, definitely feel free to reach out. And if you're here for any of the above, then and you're interested in hearing more of the agenda, you're welcome to stay. And if that's not what you like to do with your evening, you're welcome to go home as well. Thank you for coming. All right, we move on to our next section here. For council consideration, we have a request from Upper Merion Boat Club to use the Rotundo Park for our annual regatta parking, September 28th. Do we have a motion?
I'll make a
Oh, I'm sorry.
motion.
I didn't realize you were here. You're welcome to come up. Oh, wonderful. Thank you for joining us.
It's interesting. I was here last year, And at the beginning of the meeting last year, you brought on a new police officer for almost exactly
good luck
the
for
same
us.
thing. Brought his girlfriend and his mother and father with him, and both of them graduated from the Delaware County law enforcement program. I went to high school with a guy who ran that program for a good many years, a fellow named Bill Davis. And it's a very good program. Yep. Anyhow, I'm Bob Russell. I've been a member of the Upper Marion Boat Club for 27 years. I was 53 when I started. I'm 82 now. It hasn't saved my life, but it certainly saved the quality of my life. And we are we're planning our 37th King's Head Regatta. And as part of that, it's going to be on Sunday, September the 28th. And as part of that, we would like to use the borough's Rotundo Park for the parking of top carried boats and the vehicles that they come in on. The boats would be singles and doubles. They're fairly small. The boats aren't a problem. Actually, there's not a problem with the vehicles either. They're relatively small as well. And Water Street at 5:30, 6 o'clock on Sunday morning is going to be as congested as the Schuylkill Expressway on Friday night, or whatever. But it's a big help to us to be able to bring cars down there, pull them into that lot, unload them, and then park them in there. And if you have any questions, I'll be glad to try and answer them.
It's an awesome event. Is there anything different about this request from previous years? It's the same details as you usually look for from us, right?
Same details.
Beautiful.
Yes. We did. The other thing is, we have insurance, and if we damage anything, we will repair it. 3 or 4 years ago, several years ago, it rained all day, and we left ruts and a mess and so forth, and I think we cleaned it up as quickly as possible. I don't know, are you still planning your 5K race for the day afterwards, early in?
It'll be October 4th, so it'll be the following weekend. But
So we need to,
Mr. Russell, you guys are always, when and if they're in the times that you have caused damage, you are always quick to rectify it. So
good
I
to hear.
don't think that council should have any concerns in that
we
regard.
would not be able to hold this event without the help and cooperation of our neighbors, and we do appreciate your help. Thank you.
Great, I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Motion from Ms. Hyde, second from Ms. Hauk. Do you have any questions or comments from council or the public? All those in favor?
Aye.
Are there any opposed? That motion carries. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Russell, for coming out this evening. All right, next up for council consideration, we have a request from King of Prussia District to provide a letter of support for Gulf Road Connector Trail Project.
Mr. Truman, if I read it correctly in our packets, the reason we're getting the request is because this trail system obviously connects through Bridgeport. There's nothing here that is construction activity in Bridgeport. It's just the trail network, so they're looking for support. Yeah.
Good point.
Correct. We are, they are applying to a grant through the William Penn Foundation. What they're requesting, the trail connector that they're building is not located within Bridgeport. No construction will be done within the confines of Bridgeport Borough. But since the Chester Valley Trail runs through Bridgeport and is subsequently connected to the connection that they are proposing to build, they are looking for, as municipalities do, as grant applicants do, looking for support from the adjacent municipalities and nearby stakeholders.
Make a motion to support that request.
I'll second it.
Motion from Mr. Shank, a second from Mr. Heil. Do we have any questions or comments from council or the public? All those in favor?
Aye.
Are there any opposed? The motion carries. Thank you. All right, next up for council consideration, we have a request from the Festive Lights Committee to use borough property in conjunction with the 2025 Festive Lights Ceremony. If you'd like to join us, you're welcome to.
Before we go to a vote, I will recuse myself from this vote.
I don't know, that walk from those seats keeps getting longer. I guess I'm getting older. Geez, it feels like yesterday I was up here doing the annual, hey, we're going to do our festive lights again.
Year goes by fast.
I'm sorry?
I think the year goes by really fast.
Yeah, I don't know where time goes. I know Mr. Bello probably concurs with me. We've been through many, many things together. But we're here again to ask for the council support to use the borough garages in the past. Nothing different than in the past years. Last year, moving the fireworks up to the top of the hill at the park, everything came off fine, worked great. And we just look to continue the same tradition that was started by former Mayor and Police Chief Jerry Nicola. So if there's any questions otherwise, if all goes well, we'll be getting an email or a letter off to Santa Claus to get on his calendar so he can stop by Bridgeport after Bridgeport.
Well, I know that I was thinking about how a lot of the previous church events went away with the church changes years ago, and that events like this help keep the traditions in Bridgeport alive. And it's also with so many new residents that have come in over the years, whether it's new housing or just people changing, having that consistency and something for people to come to. It's nice to have. So, and it's always handled well. It's something that makes it unique to Bridgeport. So I appreciate this great event. With that in mind, I'll just make the motion to approve the request.
I'll second.
A motion from Mr. Heil, second from Ms. Nolan. Do you have any questions or comments from council or the public? All those in favor?
Aye.
Are there any opposed? That motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you again, and if I may take a moment, Councilman Heil, I appreciate your kind words, and I'll defer back to Solicitor Bello. When this event was started many, many years ago, and after Chief and Mayor Nicola passed away, there was a couple of us, and we want to make sure that in his memory and for the sake of the community and the connectivity of the time and the eras, that we continue this event. And that's where my heart is with keeping this event going. It's an event of love for me to remember Jerry and all those who sat where you sat and supported this and brought this to fruition at the time. You all know the history, but I appreciate the kind comments. We thank you all for your continued support. Thank you.
Pete, do you know how many years it is?
You know.
So I should have asked you in private, and
No. Every time I think I have it down, I find something that goes, oh, it's a little longer than we thought. I thought last year's was the 25th. I think we're pushing probably closer to 30 years, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was somewhere around 97, 98. And like I said, I've just come across some mailings that Jerry and Nicola sent out to the businesses and stuff. And I think, if I remember right, it was 97 that was dated, or 98, something around there. And that was like already the second annual or whatever it was. So we're getting to get some former Chief Zinni Martinick has dug up as he's cleaning out the house some paperwork. So we're somewhere pushing, almost 30 years, I'd say. So like I said, it means a lot to me personally, and I think it's great the way it was, Councilman Heil said, it can extend and connect all the time frames of the people, those who have been in town their whole life to those who are just moving into town to see an event that is truly different. We've now been mirrored by other communities at that time of the year to have a holiday fireworks event. everybody seems to do 4th of July, and I know there was some comment, why doesn't Bridgeport have 4th of July? Because Bridgeport is always a step ahead. And we have them for the holiday season to kick it off, and hopefully to continue for many, many more years. I thank you again for the time and your.
Thank you for coming out. I appreciate it. All right. Next up for council consideration, we have authorizations to purchase a police vehicle from Patriot Chevrolet for $18,885. Do we have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Motion from Ms. Hauk, second from Mr. Shank. Do we have any questions or comments from council or the public? All those in favor?
Aye.
Are there any opposed? That motion carries. Thank you. Next up for council consideration, we have authorization to execute a contract between the Borough of Bridgeport and Morello Amusements for $2,350 for the 2025 Bridgeport celebration. Do we have a motion?
What are just for the record, oh shoot, it might be a surprise.
No.
What are the services? Oh, okay.
Thank you for asking. We can definitely give more context. So basically, because we're fundraising so much and we have our existing budget, we were able to do more free things for the kids throughout the Bridgeport celebration itself. And last year, one of the we sequestered and kind of asked for a lot of feedback from the community and businesses, and there was a feeling that there wasn't enough to do after the parade. So we're going to add things like bouncy houses and ships and some surprises and just like things for the kids to do. So instead of getting a bunch of different vendors, we found one vendor that's local, a really great guy that's been in business for a long time, him and his wife. They came, they met with us. We had Dave Lang meet with them as well from like a technical perspective. They have all of their certifications, and they're great through the state and all those things. Everyone seems to have given them a high, a badge of approval from the perspective of partnering with them. And my understanding from chatting with Keith is we don't technically need to have an approval, but it's nice to just kind of keep everybody aware of the process. And we're doing this similarly to what we do in the carnival, and where we don't technically have to have like an approval publicly, but it's just nice to kind of keep people aware of the process and where we're moving, especially when it comes to insurances and things like that. And he'll have to have insurance, and he does. So because of that, we decided to bring it to council.
Didn't want to spoil any surprises, so I didn't think about that.
I'll be posting pictures. Any more questions?
So just to clarify, the funds are coming from the Bridgeport fundraising, but the contract is going through the borough just for...
Not necessarily.
Okay.
This is just kind of to say that we're able to work with them, and then Keith and I and whoever else wants to be involved in
Just for just for paper reasons?
Yeah, I'm not sure
Paper trail
exactly where
reasons.
it's going from.
Okay.
That's not actually like just defined at the moment. But just
Just-
in general, there is more funding, so we're able to do more things. Yeah.
Just as a point of clarity, the fundraising efforts that are being done, those monies are going into a segregated borough bank account. And as this is a community event, the contract that is being executed between the borough and Morello Amusements is a municipal contract, and this is being paid for via municipal funds. It just so happens these funds are being potentially raised through the fundraising efforts of the Halloween and Bridgeport, planning committee.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second that.
Awesome. Motion from Ms. Hauk and second from Mr. Shank. Do we have any questions or comments from council or the public?
Just excited for Bridgeport.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Are there any opposed? That motion carries. Thank you. Next up for council consideration, we have a motion to accept the findings and close out the audit with the Internal Revenue Service. Do we have a motion?
Well, Mr. Chairman, do you want to explain anything that we need to say here? Because I know we talked about this in the finance meeting last night, so I don't know if you want to give any broad updates.
Sure. In 2023, the borough was notified by the IRS that they were going to be conducting an audit. For those who recall, late in the end of the Biden administration, that administration hired about 100,000 new IRS agents, and Bridgeport, along with a handful of other regional municipalities, our tickets were punched, and they began conducting an audit on the borough. Originally, the audit revolved around questions regarding payroll and FICA, federal tax withholdings, result relating to payroll. The IRS had questions on why there was a discrepancy between what was paid versus what they believed the borough should have been paying, and the IRS had to be reminded that full-time law enforcement officers are FICA exempt. Hence, the reason why the two numbers did not align with each other. I guess satisfied that we had answered that question, but not satisfied that they had not exacted their pound of flesh. They then changed their focus to looking at withholding taxes as it pertains to our vendors, and after a review of our vendors' tax filings and the borough's tax filings, there was a nominal amount of money found on the books that was I guess owed back for back taxes for vendors that vendors that had not necessarily been notified that they needed to pay their requisite share. It was about $6,000. And then that number is far smaller than the actual penalty and interest. The grand total number with penalty and interest is about $18,400 that the municipality had to pay to the IRS to close out this matter. But any deficiencies have been identified and rectified, and we have satisfied any questions that the IRS has had.
With that in mind, I'll make a motion. Did we already do that? I'll make a motion to accept the findings and close out the audit.
I'll second.
Motion, Mr. Hyle, second from Ms. Gundrum. Do we have any questions or comments from council or the public? All those in favor?
Aye.
Are there any opposed? The motion carries. Thank you. For council consideration, we have authorization to pay the bills and salaries for August 2025. Do we have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Motion, Ms. Nolan.
Second.
Second, Mr. Hyle. Do you have any questions or comments from council or the public? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? That motion carries. Thank you. Next up, we have unfinished business. Are there any items of unfinished business anyone would like to discuss? All right. We can move on to committee reports. Are there any committee reports this evening?
We had a finance committee meeting last night and discussed upcoming budget planning and capital expenses for the next year and where things stand now in the budget. So Keith has been doing a good job of keeping up with all of those, and so far so good. So he'll have some budget presentations in the next few weeks as we get ready for 2026.
Thank you. Any other committee reports? All right, we can move on to the mayor's report. Mayor Check's here.
Thank you. I wish to thank everyone who showered me and my family with thoughtfulness as we welcomed our baby. I'm slowly coming out of newborn hibernation, and I'm planning to be a little more out and about as my term as mayor winds down. And as always, you're welcome to reach out to me at any time if there's something I can assist with. I want to thank those who contributed towards our diaper drive supporting local charity Mitzvah Circle. If you haven't heard, they recently lost many of their donations to a fire at their location, so I've left the donation box at the entryway of Borough Hall for the time being for anyone else who wishes to help replenish their supplies with unopened diapers and wipe containers. And finally, I want to congratulate our stellar police department for putting on the best Bridgeport night out yet. It was a blast to be part of, so I hope that everyone was able to stop by for all of the free fun. So that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Move on to the chief's report. Chief.
Good evening, Bridgeport. So starting off with BPD employee spotlight, wanted to congratulate a couple borough employees, and specific within the police department. Also, Officer Paul McLaughlin is a 25-year veteran in the Bridgeport Police Department. He started as a part-time officer in '99 before being raised to full-time in January of 2000. In the past, Officer Paul McLaughlin had received additional trainings after graduating Montgomery County Police Department or Academy in May of '99. He's a field training officer, certified by PIMBA bicyclist, and former Montgomery County Drug Task Force officer and former Montgomery County SWAT officer. So we thank Officer McLaughlin for his service and for reaching a 25-year plateau. We also want to thank PCO Dave Nash. PCO Nash is a longtime Bridgeportian, as Randy would say. Former fireman, martial artist, and employee extraordinaire at BPD. He's a 21-year veteran, and we just celebrated National Public Safety Communicators Week back in May with Dave on Facebook. So he handles the front office and does so many things for the police department and the borough. We're so thankful to have him. He's a graduate of St. Augustine School as well as Bishop Kenrick High. Fun fact, Dave has interest in ice hockey and gymnastics besides martial arts. Speaking of that, Dave is a third-degree black belt in Taekwondo. I called him a second degree, and he straightened me out. So I'm sorry, Dave, for calling you a second-degree black belt. He runs deep as a former member of the Goodwill Fire Company and Ambulance Services. You also may not know that Dave's family owned what is now Muffins and once was the Beanery. Stop in and say hi to Dave when you get a chance. He keeps our PD moving. Want to talk a little bit. I monitor social media, all kinds of complaints, interesting asides, and so forth. But we found out through social media that there was a chicken coop on the 100 block of East 4th Street, and it's no longer there a week later. So the chicken caper has been resolved. The coop has been flown. Complaints about Fifth and DeKalb, Fifth Street and DeKalb Street. It's been on a flashing light for quite a while, and I know with the support of the borough and the borough manager, we're seeing what headway we can make with that. So we listen, we hear feedback, and we're taking a look at that issue to see for a better solve. I want to thank a couple people. Obviously, National Night Out, Matt Stead. Our juvenile officer did a great job, 300 to 500 people there. Janeway and Baki predominantly. We also had Attilio's Plumbing, Wawa, and Clemens. So thank you for all of that. 20 bicycles were donated in 1 week for 2 different BPD events, the bike rodeo and the National Night Out, plus additional things. So it's a phenomenal thing for Bridgeport's kids. There should be no kid in Bridgeport that needs a bicycle now. But if someone does, you give us a call. We'll work on it. The bike rodeo with Ron Matthew did a great job in Troop 551. So many people assisted with that as well. The Elks Borough Line Construction Village Velo of Bridgeport, Bell O'Reilly, Law Firm, Baki, LeBoot, Mattis Brothers Auto Body, PRDC Properties, Tube Methods, Bridgeport Park and Recs, Knights of Columbus, Friends of St. John the Baptist, and more. Also the DePaul family. The DePaul family donated, I believe, 6 bicycles for the bicycle rodeo. So that it's these things helping making this such a great success. We had 25 Part 1 and Part 2 crimes in the month of July, and we resolved that with 18 arrests. That's a 72% closure rate by arrests. It's excellent. There is still, of that 72%, it would be a little bit higher, but we deferred a couple from retail theft arrest to the youth aid panel because if they're Bridgeport kids and they're cooperative and the family's cooperative, as a diversion, the most local of diversion plans to help resolve the action in a least intrusive way. So good job to the police department's officers, the rank and file, for doing all of those kinds of things. We're going to have e-scooter. Did you know that the e-scooters are not supposed to be operated on public roadways? So we're going to work on that. We're going to put out some information in the coming week or so that's going to tell you about the the laws of the roadway as goes to e-scooters, electric pedicycles, segways, and so many other things that I just became knowledgeable of. I did note, though, that you can be arrested for DUI in pretty much every one of them. So we'll see what comes.
Horse and buggy, too. Just a fun fact. Yeah, DUI and horse and buggy.
Absolutely.
It's a thing.
That's a good one. So we had some of the things I just talked in general about our statistics, so that's good. I've taken up enough of your time. I want to thank everybody for their input and their support through all these programs we've had. We had a large-scale 300 to 500 person disturbance, not in Bridgeport, in Norristown, which we helped Norristown PD with. There was a protest with 30 to 50 people last weekend, and we monitored that. So we've had many different things over the last week to 10 days. So Bridgeport's moving in the right direction. As always, if you have any concern, please reach out to me and the police department, and we will work to gain resolution for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Thanks for all you do.
I'm sorry, President. On the 5th and DeKalb, we communicated separately a few weeks ago about that because I drive down that frequently, and it sounds like some of it's really hard to fix that in a way that's going to make everybody happy, maybe impossible to. And some of those challenges may be finding an answer that's palatable to some of the businesses around there, you said. So, and then before the end of the year, I think we were supposed to monitor it with the signs anyway, which you are. If you could provide any sort of ideas to us about anything that any recommendations for changes, please let us know so that we can take some action instead of just relying on you and just nodding our head. So I appreciate the insight and that you've been monitoring it, but I know people want to see some action taken.
Absolutely. I know, Vice President Heil, that the entranceway to Ross Road is not going to change. So, when we have that with the West 5th Street and what comes and goes from the Dan Howard Bridge, that's where people go. And when I tell people, and in fact, some people put some Facebook posts out there about how it takes more time to go a different route from there. And I'm saying, well, if it's safer, change your route. If you have a larger vehicle and you have a difficult time crossing a roadway, 2 lanes of travel to get to the other side during heavy business or heavy traffic, change your route. We will do our best to look at the signage, look everything with PennDOT. We'll work with the borough manager to see what possibly can be done. And in the meantime, monitor that, conduct some enforcement. I asked guys to go out there today, just because we want to make it the safest it can be. And if you have a difficult time getting across there, I always tell people is that you're trying to cross a lane of travel, take a different route. It might make 2 more lefts to get to your destination. If it's safer, why not, in the meantime, utilize those kind of common sense approaches while we approach it from the official type of signage and the official type actions that we take.
And we have submitted the last 5 years of accident data for that intersection to PennDOT, and again, asked them to consider signalizing the flashing yellow. So it's certainly not the first time that we've made that request in the last decade. Won't be the last. And hopefully it doesn't take a more severe accident there to compel PennDOT to finally make some sort of changes there, if there are feasible changes there to be made.
If I could follow up with one thing, because we're talking about the public safety issues. We did have a serious accident this afternoon at Schuylkill Parkway and West Valley Forge Road, so the extension of West 4th Street. As you know, that's a blinking light, and that's been a blinking light there for pretty much for forever that I can remember. But I do notice that at certain critical junctures in the day, some early morning and evening, there could be some cars backed up there too. So, as we grow, as traffic flow goes, we're going to do a little bit of a study, see about flows and peak hours and numbers, just so we can stay atop of that too. So we won't just look at the one thing, we'll look at a couple other locations too.
Yeah, maybe just like mentioning to them in these report, like if we are submitting things to them, is we've had an influx of new people and maybe the numbers that are attached to that, and maybe why that would be more important to prioritize then. But thank you for all that you both are doing. All right, we can move on to new business. We have for council consideration authorization to draft a letter in support of keeping the magisterial district courthouse 38125 in Bridgeport. Mayor and Chief, you're welcome to give a little bit of context here if you'd like. Keith as well, and anyone else. I know I have some thoughts, but.
The input that I could give you was in any jurisdiction, the strength of its elected leadership is important. So you can gauge whether or not who's going to be in control of these jurisdictions and who you want to elect to handle and be the steward for all of those things at the lowest level. The district magistrate in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania is a very important, very powerful position. And it's great to have it the most local. So, it would be wonderful to have it. It's accessible to us. Right now, it's across the street. We have many, many different times where, as a very small police department with very few officers on it at any given time, where we flood that building and it's filled up and our guys are right there. So any other location outside of Bridgeport is going to add additional times and problems. So whatever support we could garner to maintain a district court, and whatever help it would be to have Bridgeport's own elected district magistrate there would be helpful.
I saw we'd gotten some information from the judge and his staff just on case numbers, and it really doesn't make any sense to close this magisterial district court and send our business, so to speak, elsewhere, because the numbers just don't make any sense. So I appreciate that we have this in front of us, and we'll support this as strongly as we can.
Do we have a motion?
Make a motion.
Then I'll second it.
Motion from Ms. Hauk, second from Mr. Schenk. Do you have any questions or comments from council or the public?
I would make a note that in addition to this letter that will be coming from Borough Council, I would ask residents to stay tuned to Bridgeport social media and our Borough website. We will be providing additional information to residents, notifying the public as a whole as to the plans and intentions to close down the Bridgeport Courthouse. Additionally, we will be providing some addresses where residents can send letters of support to keep the courthouse alive and operational in the borough. And I would strongly suggest that if there are residents that are so inclined, that every voice, every letter counts, and a petition could certainly help when it comes time to truly consider the decision whether or not to consolidate to fewer county district courts. I know that there was a similar movement in Jenkintown within the last few years, and there was a groundswell of grassroots support or movement to support keeping it there, and those folks in Jenkintown were successful in keeping the district court open in Jenkintown, which is very similar in size and demographics to Bridgeport. Montgomery County, small Montgomery County borough with a population of about 5,000 or 6,000 people. So hopefully if it worked for Jenkintown, it can work for Bridgeport. So stay tuned, and thanks for your time.
And if you don't think that this matters too much, if something else went in that space, it would make the Wawa parking lot that much worse. So even if you have never had to go into that courthouse, keeping it there will make sure that parking lot does not get worse than it already is. All due respect to anyone who's there.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? That motion carries. Thank you. Any more items for new business? All right, we can move on to open forum and announcements. Do we have any announcements this evening?
I have an item. There is some news from behind the dais. I don't know if everybody got this news or not, but we have a pop-pop amongst us now. So, Mr. Bello, congratulations on the granddaughter.
Thank you very much. The third greatest thing that ever happened to me. I have 2 children and 1 grandchild, and it's been really a special week, so thank you.
And another announcement, I would like to say first, in addition to congratulations to Officer McLaughlin for 25 years, congratulations to Chris Conway, I believe, just celebrated 25 years at the Borough. Shows the stability of our Borough leadership and staff here. And I also want to just publicly share my thoughts and condolences to Joe Batista and the Batista family for the loss in their family. The Joe Batista meant so much to Bridgeport. When I saw him and spoke to their family at the passing of their son, said that a lot of Bridgeport was really made by him. He MacGyvered a lot of things in Bridgeport, and including before I was even sworn in, I think I said I have this problem, and he was there to fix it right away. So they've done so much good for the borough and for our neighbors here, and a lot of people will remember Joe forever for that. So I just wanted to say publicly, our thoughts are with you.
Thank you, Tony. Do we have any other announcements? I know I have a quick announcement. So a bunch of, as you know, in Bridgeport nature, a bunch of different groups came together to make sure that every kid in Bridgeport gets a backpack and all their school supplies. So I just wanted to let everyone know that on Saturday and Sunday of this week, Phoenix Therapy is going to have an event from 9 a.m. till 12 p.m. with free haircuts, free backpacks, free school supplies, and we actually have the school list, so it's really likely that you're going to be able to get every single thing that's on your school list if you attend early enough. The haircuts are coming from really great hairdressers and barbers. Some of one of them I use personally in my family, and I'm really excited to have them join us and want to thank them for their time. I want to thank Duro Spirits for a donation, Tim Briggs for his donations. There's Miss Natalie's catering business that is also donated. Also want to thank Heather that's here with us in the crowd for helping organize, and Amber Shepard for also helping organize, and all the other volunteers that we have. Really great event. Hope that you can make it. The main host of this event and idea kind of came from Miss Diane Gundrum and her husband John with Growing Bridgeport Together, and they're allowing us to host this at Frosty Falls on Sunday. So the first event is on Saturday from 9 to 12. The second one is on Sunday from 11 to 2. We will also have the River Market and the best ice cream in Philadelphia, PA, the world, all of it.
Montgomery County.
You're welcome to come join us and have some fun. So just wanted to let everybody know that was happening.
President Alzaya, that was 9 a.m. to noon at Phoenix Rehab on Saturday, and 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Sunday at Frosty Falls.
Yes, sir.
And in addition to backpacks and haircuts, what else had you mentioned?
All the school supplies. So you want headphones, scissors, all kinds of, like we were very intentional about purchasing not just crayons in a backpack, but actually having the lists from the schools. We also let the school know about it. They sent emails out. So in theory, every kid in Bridgeport should have their school lists fulfilled, including tissues and things like that. So it's not just crayons and backpacks. It really is the full supply list, and it's currently mostly in my living room. So come get it, please. Thank you. All right, we can move on to public comment. Are there any members of the public that'd like to speak tonight? All right.
President Alzaya,
Yes,
one
go
other
ahead.
thing. I talked to the, I put out an email earlier today, but in conjunction with the Upper Merion School District, we're hoping to bring that school bus plan into effect and bring it to both Bridgeport, West Conshohocken, and Upper Merion Township. I had met with the chiefs of West Conchie and Upper Merion in the school district probably about 8 weeks ago about this school plan where they put additional cameras off of buses. And so anyone that passes a school bus, it's going to be basically an automatic system. It's now changed, and most of it's through the civil side. So that way it's a force multiplier for the police departments, and it will definitely have an impact on people that drive erroneously around school buses. So it's a great plan. I hope that we'll be bringing more information to council and the borough manager here in the coming couple weeks with more details with that. But I'm excited about the protections that will afford our students.
And Chief, with that in mind, will you post on social media? I think you've done this before, just letting people know where those stops are so that people are careful with school starting next week.
Yes, Vice President Howell, I will do, and we will, as we've had, basically our police department for the morning and the afternoons are all out and about the routes where the school children walk, or the delivery areas and routes for the children. So you'll see more activity, plus school signage and everything else that goes along with that first day of school this month.
Thank you, Chief. One other sponsor that I did not say is Neighborly's Catering as well, for their donations. But if does anyone have, no, sorry, I guess we moved on to public comment. Are there any members of the public like to comment? All right, we can certainly entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
It is 8:37. We are adjourned. Thanks, everyone.